Recording button.
Hello, guys. It's Tim Johnson here again, and I'm gonna and I have and first of all, I thought I would tell you guys how my day went. My day's going really well here, and I just got done practicing on my saxophone for a little bit and playing some more songs, and I thought I would go over a little bit what I've learned about the neck strap and how you can prevent the neck strap from coming off your horn as you're playing. Well, a couple of tips that you can do. This is one thing I've learned. I know in the last podcast I've done when I described the comfortability of this wonderful instrument. Um, One of the things that I've learned recently, let the neck strap hang there like this, and then gently grab the horn, and then stand up, and then just gently, don't don't let your neck hold on to it too tight, but just gently let it go. But then don't let the neck strap don't don't yank on the neck strap with your neck, because then that will cause the clip mechanism to come opened, and then it will cause the neck strap to come off. So just gently let go of it, and then let it sit there. See how it's sitting there, and the clip is not moving an inch? That's because I'm allowing it to just hang there, and not allowing my neck to to yank on it so much. So that's one of the tips that I've learned as a saxophonist that has been playing for at least a year, and I'm really proud of it. Um, I've been playing now for about a year, and I am set to perform at Up and Out's annual um, client rights um, event coming up here at the end of this month. Um, I know I described to you guys what Up and Out is, but oh, and also I was um, I was at one of my work's um, holiday parties for Christmas, and one of my colleagues from the Street Trust wanted me to play. Unfortunately, we have one colleague from the company that is very sensitive to loud noises. So I was told no. And one of the big things in the music industry is that you have to, especially if you're playing, in bars or at certain venues where certain people have have sensitive ears, you have to comply with what they say. In other words, you can't just barge in there and start playing without authorization, because that'd be not a good thing on your part as a musician and as a saxophonist. That would not be good. So so I was told no. In the meantime, but I did talk to one of my employees at work, and they and I and I suggested that maybe he can purchase some earplugs that allow him to hear people around him comfortably without blocking out the important sounds that he needs to hear as far as people that are that are around him, but also hear the saxophone more comfortably without without hurting his ears. But also, I'm going to also show you that you can play quietly at the lower notes here. I'm just going to pause this recording real quick while I go brush brush the drinks off my teeth real quick. I had something to drink um, over at a restaurant nearby. So I'm going to put this away on the stand while I go brush the drink off my teeth briefly, and then rinse off with some mouthwash. And then I'm going to show you how the lower notes can be a lot quieter than the higher notes. So I'm going to show you how how quiet those notes are, because in some cases, if you're playing in most places, you might have to do that, especially if there's several people that have sensitive ears to loud noises. In other words, if the venue tells you that you have to do that, you have to comply, with the regulations set forth therein. So let me pause this recording real quick, if there is a pause option. And if you're wondering, what program are you using to record all the saxophone versions of songs that we all know? Well, there's a program for the Mac that I use called QuickTime Player, and that's the program that I use to record this on the Mac. Okay, so let me pause this real quick, if there is a pause option here.
Full volume stop show
there
capture
is a stop.
Device select 0655 stop full 0 mute.
I don't
movie
see
full script minimize
a pause button for movie recording.
Menu at view window help.
See if there is.
View edit window minimum zoom show move merge show breaking bet view menu.
I don't think there
is.
is.
Edit menu view show up and flow check mark actual fit to fill screen.
Yeah, I don't think.
New movie record new audio new screen open close save duplicate rename move export revert share.
Nope, there is no pause recording with this, which I do wish that there was.
Share submenu closing
for movie recordings. So I wish that there was.
Full screen movie mute button.
Well, actually, there is a mute button, so I can.
0% volume full volume stop recording button.
Yeah, there's a stop recording button.
Show count 08 650.
But there is no
movie, full script movie
pause recording button. Well, that's okay. Well, I'll be right back in just a second. I'm just going to brush the drink products off my teeth before I show you the quiet low notes that you can perform when you're at a venue, and if you have people that are sensitive to high notes. And also, you can blow into the saxophone quietly, as far as controlling the volume level as well, which is really nice. The saxophone, as you all know, is a very loud instrument. So, but there are ways of controlling it, and I'm going to show you how you can control your volume level so your voice box is not being so loud. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, you guys, I am back, and now I can show you what I was going to show you, and that is playing at the lower notes quietly, because right now, whoops, what did we? Oh, we don't want to do that. Let's try that again here. We don't want that to happen. Okay, let's try that again. It hit the. Oh, I know what it was. It was the mouthpiece that hit the wall a little bit. That's not a problem, but let's try that again here. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now let's put the neck strap back on our neck, but let's gently, okay, there we go. Now let go of it, but yet gently let it hang there on your neck like I described to you in the first half of this video. Let it gently hang there, so that way you're not yanking on it too tight. And so therefore, the clip mechanism won't come opened on you when you go to, when you're walking around. So, okay, I'm going to show you how you can play quietly at the lowest notes, and I'm going to show you here, and what we're going to play here is a little bit of Johnny Cash, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to play a little bit of Johnny Cash for you, The Ring of Fire, not the whole song, because it involves some of the high notes, but I'm going to show you with the low notes here, nice and quietly, so we don't wake up anybody, because it's 11 o'clock here in Portland, so we're going to do it quietly. Hopefully we won't wake up anybody, but if we get a knock on our door, or on my door, it's because I may have been too noisy, but I'm going to try to keep my voice box down as much as I can. Here we go. Come on. Come on.
Authentication. Login.
Again,
Window. Logged in. Tim
practice
Johnson.
long notes and practice keeping your voice box down at that perfect level. That way you're not waking anybody up, and you're not making somebody's ears very sore, especially if they got sensitive ears. So you want to be considerate, especially if you're playing amidst a crowd of people that may have sensitive ears. And if you're wondering, okay, why were you holding your neck? Well, again, what I was doing was I was feeling the vibration of the note that I was doing to make sure it was coming out right. And that's what the saxophone, again, provides. It allows you to really feel what you're doing up close, whether it's on the instrument or on your neck, which is where your voice box is. Your voice box is on your neck and inside your throat. So that's where the sound comes from. Is from your voice, which is in your neck. So I'm going to show you one more time here. Now that was the note, that was F sharp. Or actually, no, that was note F. But I'm going to show you how you can do note F quietly. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it in the lowest note. I'm going to show you how you can blow quietly without disturbing anybody. That was pretty quiet, I will say, because that's the quietest I've ever gotten as far as making sure that the note is nice and quiet, especially after 11 p.m. here in Portland, because you don't want to wake up your neighbors when they're trying to get some sleep. So let's do another one. Let's do note E, the lowest note E, and let's do that one quietly. Now, also, one more time. Actually, well, I thought I would show you another trick that you can do. You can do note C, and still keep your hand on the B key. And that is a new trick. That is a new trick that I discovered recently. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift up on the B key, but keep our hand on it, but do the C key. We're going to do that one quietly. Here we go. That was pretty quiet, I will say. So, and how you do it is when you're playing note B, and when you want to switch to note C simultaneously, you play note B and then gently lift up, and then with your middle finger on the C key, that will cause your voice box to switch over to note C. Here we go. As you could see, I was keeping my hand on, I was keeping the pointer part of my finger on the C key, but my finger is resting on the B key. Because what I'm doing here is I am training my fingers that the sax. I'm trying to train my fingers to help them understand that the saxophone keys are not what they are thinking that they are. They are not what they are, what my fingers think they are. They are very tactile, and they are very easy to feel by sense of touch, especially if you can't see it. Other instruments, for example, like the piano, are really, really great to play, and I would highly recommend them. But if you're totally blind and are trying to play it, you may run into problems because, again, it doesn't vibrate, and the only way to feel it is to put your head way down there where it is, but that could result in you passing out, and that's not good. So, and also the keys on the piano are very flat, and you may have problems. You may have difficulties. But the saxophone keys, the fingering on this is completely awesome, and it's very easy. It's very simple, and I'll give you a little demonstration again, just so that you get the idea. That's exactly what you will get when you purchase this wonderful instrument. The keys are nice and tactile, and it's easy to feel, especially if you are vision impaired. And that's exactly what we require, is tactile feedback from all of the keys, which is what the saxophone has, and it has met our requirements extremely well, because it has three things. Remember the three things: vibration features, tactile keys, and comfort features. And you can see right now, once again, I am hugging my instrument very gently because it's very comforting to wear. And those are the three things the saxophone offers. The main three things that it offers. So I'm going to show you one more low note, and this is the lower note C, and I'm going to show you how quiet that one is, especially if you're playing out at a music venue, and also if you are needing to practice but not too loud. Pretty quiet. Now, that might be because I'm using well, it's not just because of my voice box, but I am also using still the traditional Rico reed. But once these run out, I will get the Van Doren ones, which I will need now because I am out of the beginner stage. Oh, speaking of the Van Doren reed, I know I've done a podcast earlier trying to figure out which one was what. And I found out, thanks to a sighted friend that was over, I found out that the Van Doren reed cracked. And the reed that I have in my saxophone case is the Rico one. So I found out that I got rid of the right one. And that was perfect. So I knew the Van Doren one was going out, and I knew it was going to crack eventually. So, and it did finally after a while. So, yeah, just keep in mind that these reeds don't last forever. So, you want to buy a 10-pack of reeds to have on hand when you're performing. Okay, so anyways, that'll be all for now, and you guys have a good night.
QuickTime mute movie recording. 0 full stop recording.